So this is a Telecaster build, and I picked up this ash body a while back, and I'm actually going to start putting this together. So right now I'm shielding the cavities, and I just kind of go over some of the technique that I find that I have found that works for me. I've just finished putting the bottom in on here, this area, and the sides I find actually a little easier, but this will help reduce unwanted noise at what, 60 cycles or 60 hertz, whatever. And there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that really go into detail of what the shielding is actually doing. I won't go into that. I'm just going to kind of go over the technique here actually and what works. So basically I've been using this copper shielding because it has conductive adhesive, which is really important. I know I've seen where people can use aluminum foil, and yeah, I guess that works, but I went ahead and picked up on some of this adhesive, this copper, and it works pretty good. It just takes some patience getting used to. So I'm going to just put the sides. I found that with this thickness here that I can just cut it in half, and there's actually a passageway, you know, for the routing for the wires that go in through there, but we'll deal with that later. I can just punch through it with an instrument or something. But let's see here. Get the adhesive to start. It's a little stubborn. There we go. And it will want to curl like so. This stuff is pretty malleable. I mean, I'll show you what I use in order to smooth it out. They said it takes patience to get this stuff manipulated. And I have to manhandle it in there. But once you get it in place, I think I saw somebody use a dowel, but I just use a pencil. I tried it with the eraser end, and it doesn't really do as good a job as just using it with the wooden end, and just burnish it right up against there as you go along. It does a nice job. I wanted to show you how I address the channels. Right in here, there's a channel. It's where the wiring comes from the pickup, of course, and runs back to the potentiometers and volume control and such. But as I install the tape, you can see that it's covered up, and it's just a simple procedure. You just kind of go in there with something sharp, and you can find the area. There we go. And I just open that up with a pair of scissors or something, and that's all there is to it. I had mentioned before about just running a wire in here and laying it down, putting the tape over it. Now, I'm going to do that. I don't see why that doesn't work. Obviously, I'd seen where a guy did that, and it worked fine. And I think it would be a lot easier than to deal with solder to save time. So I cut a small piece of wire. I'm going to strip it on both ends. I'm going to run it through the channel like so. Into the channel here, and then I'm going to lay the conductive tape over it, and it should be fine. So alright, let's just see. Let's strip off a good bit of it on each end, like so. I'm just going to lay it right down. Next we're going to do this cavity right here. we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to have this wire down like that. So take some tape, we just kind of measure out. There we go. Then we'll just kind of outline it. Get over to the edge here so we're not wasting so much. Just kind of crease it. All you're doing is just pressing around the edges with your finger, trying to keep it stationary as much as possible. Give you a rough idea. I found too, if you flip it over, you can see the indentation pretty good. So either way you cut it, it'll work. So just kind of go right down through here. You can see I'm kind of, this is where, right here is where the crease is on the line. But I'm cutting just beyond that. And the reason for that is it gives me a little bit more leeway to come up along the sides on the inside down by the edge when I start burnishing it. I find that that works best. If you cut it too perfect, you might be shy actually when you're applying the sides, and ideally you want contact. The light's kind of playing tricks on me here. There we go. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but my line is right here, and I'm cutting just on the outside edge of that. There we go. So it's overlapped just a little bit. It gives me a little more play. Get it started. There we go. And we're just going to go straight down into the cavity with it. This is deep and narrow, so trying to get it to the end. There we go. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to just take a, what do I do with my pencil? There we go. Or dowel. Essentially that's what it is, I guess. And we're just pressing it in right along the edges. See how it came up on the sides just a little? Right through there. And that's actually secured that wire pretty good. It's definitely got contact. So let's just check for continuity between the floor of this and this, because we got the wire going through here, right? So just get yourself a good ohms meter, make sure you've got fresh batteries in it. I actually had to change it. And just for demonstration purposes, it's on the continuity, but I've set it for, actually I got this. Okay, yeah, the battery is good. It's showing the battery. I don't know. I had pushed this on hold before and I can't seem to clear it. But anyway, for continuity, you can hear beep, right? That means that there's no break. So let's touch it here, and we'll touch it here. And there we go. So doing the wire under the tape works fine. It saves you from having to solder. I would go with that. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to run a wire from this channel over here and just put tape over it. Do the same thing, right? That way I don't have to mess with soldering down in the side the channels. But yeah, we definitely have continuity between. And we want continuity through everything. So once we run a wire down from here to here as well, from this channel, and then from here to here, everything will be continuous. So we'll do the sides on this one and get it all tested. I'll go ahead and cut a piece of wire to run from here down to here. Now this channel comes up, so there's a little bit of a drop down there, so I want to make sure I've got enough, which that should do it right there. And I'll strip off, make sure I got plenty stripped off there. There we go. You can twist them, I guess. I'll run it down in through the channel. Yes, I better twist it a little bit or it's not going to go down through there. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. We'll just press it right down in there like that against the floor. I actually should have set that down in there first. But that's alright. We'll just get some tape, tape it down there. I have to say, this stuff is pretty amazing. It's very tacky. So I don't think you have to worry about it coming apart. And it's pretty much dead soft too, so you can burnish it. Pretty well. Alright, well we'll get that, get it started here, but there we go. I'm just going to lay that right down there on that tape. Yep. There we go. Oh yeah, that's, you know, to me, that tape against itself like that is probably stronger than putting solder on that copper, burnishing it down, because that is not going anywhere. That just burnished right into itself. I mean, that is really in there. Okay, we got everything shielded, and we're going to test it now for continuity. So here we go. Let's try from this over here to here. Oh, it beeps. I don't know if you can hear it. It's not really loud, but it's there we go. Here and here. Here and here. So we've got continuity. Take some close-up shots of, I'm real happy how the, you know, using the tape with the wire going in between. I think one thing you have to be really careful of though, if you run a piece of wire through there, if the gauge is too thick, it might be challenging to run your wiring in from your pickups. So, you know, be aware of that. That's the only thing. You know, I've got plenty of tape left, and I know I've heard pro and cons, but I'm going to go ahead and shield the back side of the guard itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, I mean, I could have left a little bit of a border around, but I'm just going to put some tangs over the edge on each one of these. And then that way when the pick guard is on there, everything is connected, including, you know, the tailpiece, all that good stuff. So everything should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and use up that tape and do the back side of the pick guard as well. It's not going to hurt anything. So basically what I'm doing on the underside of the pick guard, I'm just laying the tape on there, peeling it off, and, you know, like so, and just laying it on there and overlap it a little bit. You go through the whole thing. After I've got it, and again, this is why you have a very sharp, I just cut it from the underside, like so. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this way I get in the shot of the camera here. Yeah. Go from the underside and cut like this, right along the edge, and you can't even see it. Okay. It just makes a nice clean cut. Like so. Pretty easy. We're just going to continue along that game plan. Then we'll start putting all the components together. There we go. Like that. Alright, and we're just going to do the whole thing. And then when we get this back together, it'll all connect here. So, well, yeah, go like that. Here we go. Okay, so we got everything shielded, and we're ready to start installing the pickups and the controls and everything like that. So basically it's all shielded. I put some tangs here just to keep things, you know, to where they'll go with the pick guard. And as it goes back down like so. So the takeaway is, I would advise using this. It's dead soft. It's the adhesive is conductive adhesive, which is very important, meaning that when you lay it onto the top and move forward, it transfers, you know, current, or the ground in this case. So I would use that. It's easy to work with. It's not that expensive. You get quite a bit on a roll. And it's available through a lot of the, you know, do-it-yourself, you know, guitar supply places and everything. But, and then I would just watch the gauge wire that you use going through there to keep it, you know, consistent and everything, because the other wires might be kind of hard to pass through. But just be patient with it. You know, you get more accustomed, more proficient with it, the more you work with it. And good luck with that. Again, it really helps make everything quieter. So good luck with it.